Interviews can feel intimidating, especially the HR ones, because you're not just being assessed on your skills, but also your emotional intelligence, mindset, and communication. But there's the good news. Most HR interviews follow a certain pattern, and if you know how to tackle the top most questions, you can walk in with confidence. So stick around till the end because we got the right tips that gives you an edge. And if you are serious about your career growth, hit subscribe to Star Gel for more expert-led guidance, industry insights, and top certificate programs. The first and the most popular question, tell me about yourself. This isn't a cue for your life story. It's a chance to highlight your professional identity and how it aligns with this role. Start with your most relevant and recent work experience and connect it to your key skills and finish with your career goal, specifically how this job fits into it. So here's a sample answer that you can give. I started my career 5 years ago in a client-facing role where I honed my communication and problem-solving skills. Over time, I shifted into project coordination because I enjoy the planning and cross-functional collaboration. Now I'm looking to grow into a more strategic role that combines operations and leadership, something I believe this position offers. The second question, why do you want this job? They ask this question to assess if you genuinely need this role or applying randomly. So focus more on what excites you about the responsibilities and how this matches with your skills and interests. So here's a sample on how the answer might look like. I've always been drawn to roles that challenge my analytical and communication abilities. This position offers that mix, along with opportunity to contribute to meaningful projects. It also aligns perfectly with my career path and personal values around teamwork and impact. And the third question, what do you know about a company? HRs generally ask this question to check if you've done your homework or whether you care enough to learn about them. So mention a few specific things like the company's mission, their recent projects, their culture and reputation, and how they resonate with you. So here's a sample of how you can answer. I was really impressed by your recent sustainability initiative and how you're integrating it across business functions. It shows your commitment to not just growth, but responsible growth, and that's something that I would love to be a part of. Next question, what are your strengths and weaknesses? Here, they're trying to evaluate your self-awareness and ability to reflect back constructively. So pick a strength that's relevant to your role, and for weakness, choose something non-critical that you're actively working on. So here's a sample of how the answer can look like. One of my strengths is problem solving under pressure. In my last role, I managed tight deadlines during a system outage while maintaining client satisfaction. As for a weakness, I used to overthink small details, but I've learned to prioritize more effectively with time blocking and structured reviews. And now the fifth question. How do you handle feedback or criticism? Here, they want to understand if you're open to growth or take feedbacks personally. So show that you value constructive feedback and how you can use it to improve. So here's a sample of how the answer can look like. I see feedback as an opportunity. When I receive feedback about improving my client presentation, I enrolled in a communication workshop and started rehearsing with my peers. It paid off. I became one of the go-to people for client pitches. Next question, tell me about a time you handled conflict at work. Here, they're trying to see your emotional intelligence and problem-solving skills in action. So use the STAR method. Situation, task, action, result, and keep it solution-focused. Here's a sample of how your answer can look like. In a team project, there was a disagreement about task ownership. I scheduled a quick sync-up, clarified responsibility, and set up a shared tracker. Not only did we meet the deadline, but it improved our team collaboration moving forward. Question number 7. How do you prioritize your work when everything is urgent? Here, they're trying to test your time management and decision-making skills under pressure. So talk about the tools and frameworks that you use to organize your tasks and how you stay flexible when priorities shift. Here's a sample of how the answer can look like. I start by assessing impact and urgency, then break work into actionable chunks. I use tools like Trello or simple prioritization matrix. If needed, I flag bottlenecks to the team early to avoid last-minute surprises. Question number 8. How do you contribute to a positive team environment? Team fit matters, so they want to know if you're collaborative or just competent. So this is how you approach the answer. Share the ways you support your peers, share your knowledge, and boost morale. Here's a sample on which you can answer. I make it a point to recognize small wins in a team meeting and offer help when someone's overloaded. I've also initiated informal learning sessions where we share tools or tips which help the team bond and grow. Question number 9. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? So they ask this question to know if you're goal-oriented and how this role fits in your long-term plan. So here's how you answer this. Share a realistic goal that aligns with the company's domain and opportunities. Here's a sample of an answer. In 5 years, I see myself taking on a leadership role in operations or strategy. I'm keen to build on both my technical and interpersonal skills, and this role seems like a perfect place to begin my journey. And finally, number 10. Why should we hire you? This is a chance where you can pitch your values directly. So highlight how you meet the job requirement, what makes you unique, and the impact you bring to the table. Here's a sample of how you can answer the question. I bring a strong combination of experience, drive, and adaptability. I've consistently delivered results in fast-paced environment and love solving problems with a team. I'm confident I can bring both immediate value and long-term potential to your organization. Interviewing is a skill, and just like any other skill, it gets better with practice and guidance. If you like this video, give a like and subscribe to Starter Gel for more career insights. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.